The insinuation is that because Governor Oyetola has failed to secure a re-election in Osun State, then it might be a very tall order for the current governor of Ogun State, Dapo Abiodun, to also seek re-election because of the dithering fortunes of the All Progressives Congress.
Well, I'm going to disagree with you absolutely because there are three different scenarios that I'm going to play for you.
Thank you.
The issues in Osun State are quite different from Ogun State.
Okay.
Now, in Osun State, they have an intractable political issue that was not resolved. In Ogun State, the critical factor that fought against the election of the current governor, of course, is Senator Ifekayode Akinbode, and that he backed Abdulkabir Akinbode. Of course, they lost that election to Prince Dapo Abiodun. Now, in 2023, the major factors are even enormous beyond the factor that won the election for Prince Abiodun in 2022. We have the current former governor of Ogun State, Gboyega Oyetola, who incidentally is the senator that will represent APC in Ogun East. We have the single senator, Ademola Adeleke, who is going to fly from Lake Ogun West, So, and then you aggregate big figures. We have Gboyega Oyetola, who is a major factor in the political landscape of Ogun West and of Ogun State generally. He had run consecutively for 3 times, back to back, as a governor candidate, who of course accepted, to run for the Yewa North Imekwafon federal constituency. We have a tested political personality in the person of Alhaji Abiodun Akinbode. Is going to run from Yewa South and Ipokia federal constituency. He's been there 3 times. So when you look at the aggregate of the personality and the characters that APC parade, is not going to be a tall order. Of course, I also agree that the people's will is also ultimate, and I'm sure that the governor is doing everything possible to ensure that the dividend of course, you look at the trajectory of the governor's position in power.
Yeah.
One is that he's a very, very calm governor. He's a governor who listens to the voice of the people. He's a governor who is very methodical, very deliberate, and very passionate in planning. He's a governor who takes his time. And when he takes a decision, you can hardly fault him because he's not somebody who doesn't think through before taking a decision. And I can tell you for free, all he has done. If you look at virtually all sector,
yes,
Governor Dapo Abiodun has touched it. Be it education, economy, infrastructural development, agriculture, youth empowerment, name it, housing. In the history of Ogun State, since 1976 that were created, no governor together has been able to construct the number of houses per unit that Governor Abiodun has constructed. It's in Abeokuta, it's in Ijebu-Ode, it's in Ilaro, it's in Ota. And I can put it to you that in 3.5 years, this governor has done over 3,000 affordable housing units. It's air. The president commended him. In terms of revolution in agriculture, we have a very known agriculturist and academic, Dr. Ademola Adeleke, who has done a lot in generating the interest of young people to go into agriculture. And with the support of the central bank, through anchor borrowing, the governor has empowered thousands of youth, to there. And not in the area of education. You will recall that the governor brought in the immediate past vice chancellor of TASWED, Professor Abayomi Arigbabu,
yes,
who is an extremely intelligent educationist. I've been able to create level of balance in Ogun State. Won the best in mathematics in the whole of the world, Fetodusi in Ota. We have won best in jet, best in this. It's a reflection of the investment of Governor Abiodun on education. Look at the area of infrastructural development. What the governor has done that is very noble is that he looks at road that add value and creates economic development to the state. When you look at the interchange Abeokuta to Shagamu axis, that is the hotbed of the industrial belt revolution of Ogun State. He reconstructed that road and created all the road infrastructure. Go there and see companies springing up daily. In fact, 2 days ago, we commissioned another one in that place. And it's also helped in our IGR. Not only that, it's a corridor that unites all the sections of Ogun State together. That is the Ogun State City Gate. When you are coming from Pakwalanto, you are coming from Ogun West. When you are coming from Kobakwe, you are coming from Ogun Central. When you face straight, you are going to Remo. When you pass that Segam interchange, you are going to Ijebu Ode. That unity fountain is depict our uniqueness, our unity, our togetherness as a state. And that is the governor is forward-thinking. Before the end of this year, Ogun State is going to commission what I call Ogun State Cargo Airport or Etropolis. Etropolis in the sense that everything that makes an airport tick will be there. You are going to have an Air Force base. You are going to have where they assemble plane. You are going to have the... It's almost 90%. In fact, the runway is 90% completed. And Ogun State people will be very proud. I think the greatest challenge that Governor Abiodun has is that people are used to empty promises, jumping around in the sense of populist government. But this is a man who sits back and think about the future of Ogun State. This is a man who deliberately sit down and create a new economic, power that in the next 10, 20 years, Ogun State will be competing with Lagos and Rivers in terms of Nigeria.
Now, it's interesting that you're talking about the will of the people. It's also interesting that you're talking about road infrastructure and all of that. But at the end of the day, when you go to the streets now and you're asking people, are you guys enjoying the government of Prince Dapo Abiodun? I don't think the reviews would be that positive because, if you judge some of, some of the comments out there, if you were to judge that, with the performance of the governor, you might want to say that getting a re-election may be a very tall order. Now, aside that, the local governments have also been crippled. And now the local government is the closest to the people. So when the local government is crippled and people do not, the local government chairmen that are supposed to do some very little project that would alleviate the sufferings of the people, when they do not have that power to do so, then it becomes government very difficult. So I don't know how you feel that, okay, that the governor has done has done creditably well, and is
when the governor came, he realized that the level of destruction of local government administration was so enormous. He had to send a bill to the House of Assembly to repeal the creation and revert back to the 20 local governments as created for the Constitution. That was what the government did. And the backlog of unpaid salaries became our battles. The governor had to begin to do that, and of course conducted a council election. Under the council, we have a caretaker committee. Before they came, they were known as transition committee. They all worked and they all tried. And then the governor today restored council administration the way it used to be. The functioning 20 local government administration, duly elected by the people of Ogun State. And so far so good, they have been doing fairly well. Go to Abeokuta North, go to Adeodota, they are doing well. What was destroyed for about 10 years would not, get back to position within 2-3 years. But I can assure you for free that under Prince Dapo Abiodun, local government administration are doing very well. On the issue of perceptions, I know it's a democratic process and it's the duty and the right of the citizen to ask for good governance. Any democratically elected government must be mindful that people's opinion counts. So Governor Abiodun is mindful of every statement that the Ogun State people are making, and is also ensuring and working to meet their collective aspiration. I will leave it at that.
Yeah, thank you very much. We've been speaking with Prince Ifekayode Akinbode, consultant to the governor of Ogun State, Prince Dapo Abiodun, on media. He's also the chief editor of imperialnews.ng. I remain Femi Peters. Thank you.